Hi, it's Emilia. Let's create a coffin card together today using my free template. Inspired by this card, I created a free template for you. You can open the card and this shape, the coffin shape, will be available for you if you sign up to my newsletter. The link to the signing form is in the description box of the video, and once you've got the template you can create cards like this one, tags, other Halloween decorations. Today I want to create something similar. I may use some of the elements I've got on this card, but I will be using pattern paper instead of the stamping. So I have a short video showing how I made this card. In the background we've got the stamping, and today I will just try with the pattern paper. To start, you need a template, or you can create it on your own if you want. So we've got the shape of a card, and I also giving you a frame. This will be useful if you want to create shaker cards, or if you want to have that frame to add dimension to your card. Anyway, I will focus on that. This is just printed on a thick card. This is, I think, 200 GSM. I printed the template. I didn't do anything with it. I will cut it out now, and then I will trace it to my card base. I will start by cutting this in half, and now I can see I will change the template for you. So the other part will be near to the edge, and then you'll be able to cut it with the trimmer. So now, if you would like to have a card base and the pattern paper, and maybe card base slightly larger, you can do something like that. You can make this template larger, maybe not as large, let's just say like that. So each line I will cut leaving some space. So I will just create the template with the border, and this way the border will be my template, and then the second layer, that layer which is black, will be my pattern paper. I hope you understand what I mean. This way the pattern paper will be slightly smaller than the card base, and we will be able to create just dimensional layer. So now this is my template for the card, yeah, and then I will cut it again inside, and this will be my template for the pattern paper. Now I've got the card base. This is a gray paper folded, and I will just, so this will be my opening, like scoring line where I will be able to close and open the card. So I need this edge near the scoring line, and then I will just use a pencil just to draw around to see where I need to cut it. It doesn't need to be perfect. And then I will cut it where my lines are. Let me see if I can, yeah. Can you see that? So I will be now cutting through both layers. Even if you will miss the line, it's okay. We can remove it with the eraser. I do need to do it. I will try to do it as neat as possible. Okay. Then the long line on the side. Then we need to go on the bottom. And I do love Halloween cards and Halloween decorations, and I thought this will be really cute. But of course, if you don't like it, not a problem at all. I've got other templates available in my Etsy store, and I will also have free templates. I will try to do it every month, so you will have some other shapes to work with. Okay, this card base is done. Now I'm bringing back the template. Now I will cut on the lines to have that ready for transferring to my pattern paper. I've got that ready. I will keep this because I can use it for another card, but see, where we will have a pattern paper, it will be smaller than the base, so we will have this nice outline here. Let me find some papers and embellishments just to decorate this card now. Okay, I have this pattern paper. That's from Stamperia Voyages Fantastiques collection. I don't actually have anything like Halloween, any papers, so I just think this pattern could be okay. I'm going to trace it, trace my template to the paper, cut it out, and then this will be my first layer. I've got this ready, and I do think it looks really nice. I'm going to ink the edges a little bit with the black ink. I'm also going to tear in few places. Okay. And I will just create a little shadow on the edges. And in the corners. Nothing heavy, just something similar to what we have on the top of the paper. You can go flat with the glue, or you can use double-sided foam tape, and I'm going to do that. So this will create a little dimension between the card base and the first layer. And also I think I may make these tiers larger, and maybe I will stuff something there later, like pieces of lace or a fabric. Okay, just play with it. I will leave the tape, I'm not going to add it near the edges, so if I want to add something there, then I'll be able to do it. I don't usually use only tape, I also use glue. I just don't trust the tape fully, especially if you create few layers, the card is heavy, then I feel more confident if I add a little bit of glue as well, that it will stay in place. On my previous card I used the Spellbinders cutting dies. I don't have many Halloween themed dies or anything, images, stamps, not really. So you just go and see what you've got, what you could use. I've got some pumpkins here, and these branches I really like, so we can use these. Then this set has the bird, bats, also pumpkins, also that pumpkin with the hat. We could use that as well, and the hat is actually really nice. And then this one, so it got the gravestone, bats, and the ghosts, and I think I will use the ghosts again. Let me just die cut some elements, probably similar colors to what I had on that card. So I think I will use that burgundy as well, because I just think it's different and nice, and maybe some dark green. I'll be back with my die cuts. So now I've got the ghosts. I've got 3 grays, gray, green, and burgundy, and I got the branches in black. And this time I think I may use the spiders. I actually found the spiders. I think this is memory box die. I will check and see if I can link it. But first I want to add a bit of shadow to my elements. So I will start with the ghosts and adding just a little bit on the bottom. And then also on the edges of these die cuts. I know there are very unusual colors for Halloween, but well, we don't have to create you know, in the color scheme that it's like usual. We can do what we want. It's only crafting and playing with what you have. Check what you can use. I'm sure there is something you can use. And that coffin shape is already a nice base to start. A bit more. I think that's it. What else I have here is this cheesecloth, and on my reel for the previous card I show how I did it. It's just cheesecloth and aqua color in gray color. I sprayed it and just waited for it to dry, and I can use it as additional texture. I can cut it into smaller pieces. I will see. Go back to the card. So this time I thought I will have these three maybe in the middle, and then one smaller ghost on top and the larger one here. Let's do that. So I will be using double-sided foam tape. So only one for the graves on the sides, but then on the middle one I will use double layers, so it's higher. Okay, let's have this one there. They don't have to be in line or anything. And you could use pumpkins. You could have 3 pumpkins. What else you could have here? I don't know. You will have to take a look what you've got. And then this one I want to have higher, so I will put 2 layers of the foam. All right, and I think maybe I will add some of that cheesecloth now. That's why it's good to use the foam pads only like in the middle of elements, so you can still add something if you need. I will use hot glue for that, but any other glue would be okay. It's just faster for me. I actually do everything with the hot glue, so but if you're not used to it, you may use just the craft glue. I will add another piece there on top, just to you know, if you know me, you know I love texture, so never enough texture. And the ghost will be there, so let me just add the ghost. I'm not going to add a piece behind the eyes. You can do it, but I don't think it's necessary here. Okay, all right, and I think this one here, maybe I wanted to have the branches there. On my last card I did I used black embossing powder and they are shiny, but I thought this time I'm not doing it. I want to have this card matte. Oh, something there, so I think one there, one there. I'm not trying to create a nest, but some creepy branches. And let me know if you create Halloween cards. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I just love Halloween. And I think when I was in Poland, you know, I never thought I will be celebrating Halloween, but here in UK it's quite a big thing, and I think I just changed my mind after so many years. And my son has a birthday near the Halloween, so when they were little, we had a Halloween party for the kids, and I think it's really nice. Okay, I may have a sentiment here. I will need to find something. I will add more branches and maybe a bit more of that fabric. But as you can see, this is fairly simple. I'm not bringing like many elements, and I'm sure you've got some dies, or you can buy some if you don't have anything Halloween but you will be inspired. Then you can, there is so many Halloween products available. I'm not buying anything new, so everything I have is quite It's definitely not new stuff from this year, but I think they're still available, and I will link them for you in the description below the video. I will add one more branch on top. Okay, like that. And then I will bring the spiders, and maybe one there as well. Let's see. Yes. Okay, I now need to find a sentiment, and I will put the double-sided foam little squares on the body of the spiders. And the sentiment, this is from Holtz, and I think this beware is perfect. Here it's not too big and it's nice and black. And I also took small pieces of lace, and I'm going to tuck them in these holes on my pattern paper. So I need to cut them into small pieces. I just want something black sticking out. Okay, let's just move the spiders on the other side for a second. They are wibbly wobbly now. I had to actually cut the little squares into even small pieces because the spider's body are just tiny. We'll add a bit of hot glue as well, and we'll place that lace. Okay, I like that. Use it here. I'm glad that I didn't attach the tape so close. Now I can push these pieces there. Okay, I may need to ink the paper. Now it's white here. Just bring some ink. Okay, all right. I'm going to attach the sentiment. This is very thick, so I will think it will just go straight on the card. Okay, like that. And the spiders now. So I've got double-sided foam pads here. Let's just have one there. There are different sizes. I'm actually very afraid of spiders. Ah! Jeez. Okay, one maybe on the grave. Now I've got the glue here. Okay, I removed that, and I think just something there. They are creepy. Okay, spiders everywhere. And the super tiny one, maybe here. And I think I'm going to bring some black pearls or something. Let me just help myself with that. I couldn't find any black gems, but I've got these. These are super old, but they are like burgundy glitter red. I mean, burgundy glitter, yes. So I thought these can be okay. I will use few, and the dark green could be okay as well, but I don't have any dark green, so I need to be okay with that. Okay, I will add it. Okay, splats now. If you're curious how I do my splats, so I've got white acrylic paint and then black. I will use black today as well, just a little bit, and then I diluted this with water. I use the old packaging, a plastic packaging, as my base. I will start with white. You just mix it, and it needs to be quite runny. So I may need more water. Okay. Let me just bring my paper. So I mix that, and then I like to go on the side somewhere. I will just cover that sentiment, but then we go anywhere you want. It's good to use a small brush because then the splats are quite small. Again, I mix it with water, and it's better to use a small brush, like I said, so you don't have the big splats. This brush is a bit big, but let me just try with the scissors. I don't want to have big splats, I want to have really small splats. And I will not go with black everywhere, just maybe on the ghosts. My card is ready. I love it, it's so cute. So if you would like a free template, subscribe to my newsletter, and you will get it for free with the frame. And maybe next time I will create a card, a shaker card with a frame also, to give you some inspiration. It is super cute. Remember, you can use anything you have that it's, you know, good for Halloween, to create a similar composition. I've got elements in the middle, something on the top, something on the bottom, and the sentiment. On the other one, I had, like, you know, things going like that. So yeah, hope you liked the video. Please let me know, would you like templates like that from time to time? Let me know in the comment. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a lovely creative day. Bye bye.